This is your corner on Fifth. Good morning to you, Lydia. How are you doing on this 29th day of October?
Morning. Happy Wacky Wednesday. Feels
Oh,
like
Wacky
today.
Wednesday. So you can get something free, right?
Yeah.
You can be
Yes.
wacky for free.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue this morning. We are talking through how to use this idea of this fractal trajectory to use it in the area of transformation and in assessing growth stages. When something is fractal, it's found all over the place. Salvation is fractal. It moves from disorder to order, from death to life, from order to disorder to reorder. That's what fractality is all about. The pattern is repetitive, it is highly iterative, and we are constantly checking each other out. So today, Lids, we want to look at uh, assessing where somebody's at based upon how they use cliches and slogans. You listen to some people, and that's all they can do. Their thinking is so cliched. You've heard them once, you've heard them a million times, and they are boring to listen to. It is amazing how we are given to listen to somebody who's fresh all the time. Not fresh in a wrong way, fresh in a good way. Something that is alive and vital. So let's talk a bit about that. The importance of understanding uh, what to look for. Now, why do you think we are, first of all, given to slogans? Let's go there first. What do slogans
Yeah.
do for us, or what don't they do?
Slogans are, as an English teacher, you go right here when you're teaching the section on advertisement, right? And you're allowing the kids to engage with words and how you put words together. So, a good marketer at the end of the day, someone who's able to give a product or show a service, uses words in a smart way, in a concise way, in a condensed way to capture the attention of the audience, of their target market. So, that's what sloganeering is. It's supposed to capture and hook the attention of those passing by to buy into a brand or to buy into a service or to, get them to spend their money somewhere. That's what I would say in terms of the context that I would see that into. And I think we've taken that and we've put it into different spaces, intentionally, unintentionally. I think as teachers, we use slogans because, again, it's a hook. What will get my students to listen, even if it's for a second, and then what do I do from there? So as teachers, we can be intentional with it. So I would say that's perhaps where some of the origins or meanings or uses of it have been.
Uses come from. So there's both a positive and a negative to it, right? But if you hear it often enough, you obviously start believing it. Or maybe you believe it from the get go. I think of years ago, the Coke ads were always the most creative on radio. Because we grew up in the era of radio, Mom and I, back before the Earth's crust cooled, right? And radio was it. And the Coke adverts were the best, the most creative. And one of the lines went like this: Coke adds life. Coke adds life. And man, life, you would really believe that after a while because it's stuck in your head. It got hooked. Coke adds life. And now you have to say, well, what is life if you're smart? If you're smart. Yeah, what is life? And what does Coke do in terms of life? And of course, we can spend a long while analyzing just that statement. But our point is that slogans become very convenient things. But if all we do is being nurtured on slogans, those are very short-lived things because they lose their punch very quickly. Remember the stickers on the backs of cars? Don't talk to me, talk to my lawyer. It's like every idiot's got a lawyer these days. I don't know what that says about lawyers. Maybe nothing, but maybe everything. You know, an idiot needs a friend. But don't talk to me, talk to my lawyer. That's how impersonal we've become in the West. Right? The etymology of the word originates in Old English, Lydia. Have you ever checked it? The word is sloag garum. Very guttural kind of word. Sloag garum. And sloag garum means the cry from the dead or the cry of the dead.
Sure.
So if you are given to slogans and you're a sloganeer, you are crying from, you are uttering a cry of the dead. Doesn't that say something? You say, well, it says nothing. Coke adds life. Uh, Nike, the Nike slogan, the Adidas slogan, just do it. Oh man, they're all over the place. These Billabong ads, these insurance ads that are so powerful, or sales car ads, very powerful things because they carry slogans. But could that not also be, or how is that a reflection very often of where the person is at? Because they can only communicate in terms of cliches and slogans.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely, I mean, I think when you presented now the origin of the word, the cry from the dead, uh, dead in your thinking, your
Well,
connection to,
dead in your
it's
head.
so easy to, yeah, if I'm not thinking or being questioned about how did you get there? How did you get to condense all of this information into that one statement? What pulls all of, where have you gotten those threads from? Um, I mentioned earlier about, teachers, we sometimes use that to capture the attention of our students. And if you're not intentional and being careful about why you're saying that particular thing, you're doing the same thing. Because you need to show them, how did I get there? Why am I using this? It comes from there. There's a piece here. We're gonna pull this apart, right? And dissect it and talk about it. And so, I mean, sure, quite an apt origin of the word, I think, to reveal where a lot of us, because we don't want to spend time because we think we can get something and do something as fast as we can, as quickly as we can, because we want to cram as much as we can in a short space of time. And so sloganeering delusionally does that for you. And you
Yeah,
think that's
because
enough.
you're right. A slogan or a cliche condenses, scrunches a whole lot of stuff. It's a data compression. That's my descriptor. You know what a data compression is? It's a sentence. A sentence becomes a data compression statement, but it doesn't tell me the person how I got there. I'm becoming very categorical. Oh, we like categories, don't we? Category for this, a category for the mental, a category for the psychological, a category for the emotional. And then we start slicing the pie, right? And we think, oh, why is the life of Pi such an intriguing story for some people, not for everybody? Because we are constantly slicing this bologna so thin. And we are given to what I call propositional normativity. We'll just throw out these statements, right? God is love.
Just have faith.
Just have faith. Trust God. Person sits there and starts squinting and say, what the devil does that mean?
Yeah.
And we don't even spend time explaining that, right? What does trusting God look like? Where does it come from? Is it valid? And how do I, explain the validity of the statement? And so we are given to propositional normativity and not dispositional normativity. In other words, explaining how I got there. I said, Lydia, you just used the term there, or you said this and such. Where do you get that from? How did you get there? Talk to me about how you got there. How do you support your claim? What warrants the authenticity of your claim? Oh, we don't go there, you see. We just spew at the mouth and throw these things out. And as teachers, of course, we're the biggest culprits. Maybe as parents, we even bigger culprits, right? Because it's easy, it's quick, right? It's quick just to throw out something and move on. I just don't want to be questioned. No, no 20 questions now. And
Well,
then you,
like to use that as a starting point, there's a place for it,
there
right? We're
is a place
talking
for
about
it.
what it does. So, I
Yes.
mean, I'm just thinking of one statement I've been saying to Isla for a while, being 2 and 7 months now. She she can. I have to turn the tap on when she's now washing her hands, and then to get her to get used to turning, she can turn the tap off herself. But to draw her attention there so she doesn't get distracted, I say a quick phrase that says, "Save the fish," you know.
Mm,
And
mm,
so for now, she understands to a certain point what I'm referring to.
mm, mm.
But if I was to pull it apart, because I'm sure we're going to get there, to be like, Mom, why do you always say that? Explain further. Because I've got a
Yes.
picture in mind and I'm trying. But in that moment, it's a sense of urgency. Right now, she doesn't have that reasoning capacity. She's just made an association based on the few words that I've told her. Oh, okay, so let me do the action.
Mm.
So there is a place for it. And
Yes,
again, like
there
you're
is a
saying,
place. We're not
there's a,
arguing.
yeah,
It's an. It has no reason for existence, right?
yeah, yeah.
But we are saying that propositional statements or slogans and cliches are the currency of knowing.
Mm,
It's like money. I need money to buy the house. Is the money the house? No. But I need that to buy the house, right? So statements get us somewhere, but they are not the thing. God
mm,
is love. Is that statement God?
no.
Is that statement love? No, right?
Mm,
It's the currency of dispositional knowing. Now I need to go back and show how did I get to that particular statement? And we treat statements, or what we call systematic theology, as the end game. As long as I can articulate this in a statement, I've won. And, and not realizing that that is just but a starting point, because that's a signifier. It's pointing to something. Now I need to show what it's pointing to by going back into the process to support the statement, right? Animals are mammals, right? It's a statement, right? But is that statement the animal? Is that
mm,
statement the mammal? No. It's pointing to something. It's what we call a signifier. And so often people are given to these slogans, oh, yes, this is that. And they haven't given a second thought about how did they get there? They just got there because their guru says it's that. Or because mommy told me it's that. Or because my sheikh het gesê, my sheikh told me, right? My preacher told me it's that. And we never get at the back of that. Now, how in the world did he get there? Oh, no, 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 you don't question that. Well, that's the big problem because how do you verify your source of authority? Anyway, I mean, one can go into this ad infinitum, but you can check very quickly whether somebody has thought something through based on just the number of cliches they throw out. Oh, God is good. Yeah, God is good. But where does that come from? What's that pointing to? Oh,
Can
God
we
is
say
good.
also, I think people will use that, I'm going to use that as an example because they want to end the conversation.
Oh,
You
very
begin and
quickly.
end it because now it's like, I'm not going to engage further. So I'm
That's right.
just to say to you that your issue is not an issue. God is good.
That
And
well,
that
that
justifies everything
that's
you're
right.
going
Yeah.
through.
Or God
Yeah.
understands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or God understands. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting there. I can't figure out how in the world he understands because you ain't saying how God understands.
Mm.
Because what you're doing now is absolutely illogical, but you saying God understands. Well, how about giving me something to put my teeth into? Show me the process of how you got there. Right?
Mm.
And I think that's probably where we are very weak. And you can pretty much figure out this is a non thinker I'm busy with here. Just listen to him or her go off and rant and rave as if everybody is understanding what that person is saying now.
Or
But you
you're
see,
saying a lot, you know,
you are
by
actually
just,
saying a lot about yourself and where you are not,
mm,
and about where you are. So, uh, I think all we are doing in these series of episodes is just making people a little more attentive and aware. Don't just buy a thing because Joey said so. Think about, I often don't we say, 10 days ago you made this comment and I still couldn't figure out how you got there. I mean, we are involved in so many discussions every day here with people, and constantly it comes up. But you said 2 days ago, you said this, and I've been thinking about it. And you kind of get shocked. Oh, somebody's actually listening, because then they will quote you, you said this. Now, I can't get my head around what you said because I don't understand how you got there. Now, talk to me. Like somebody said yesterday, my youngest brother said to me, why is the book of Enoch not in the Bible? He asked me a question. Well, I could have put him off right away, and just closed the discussion. But I kept the discussion open. I said, now, where did you read about that? Oh, here, there, and there. And somebody asked a question, why is it not part of the biblical canon? Now, let's talk. Now, I could just say, no, Christians don't believe that's part of the biblical canon, right? End of discussion. But now, if I throw a question back and I start engaging, then I guess start getting the person to think with me and think through the issue with me. Or get him to think through in his own time, in his own space. So yeah, cliches often are an indicator where my thinking is at. That's all I can do. I can just throw out the party line, right? Because we know the party line. We're very skilled at figuring out what the party line. So I just throw the party line. I might not even believe the party line, but I just throw it out. Any closing thoughts on that, Lids, as what can help us to think about what we're saying, especially the cliches we use?
yeah, I think drawing attention to how often I'm using one, or am I using it, or where am I using it? Why, just being intentional again about reflecting on what I'm saying, and then would I myself understand the process of getting there? Because if I'm saying something without understanding what got me there, then perhaps there needs to be a pause that needs to come out till I understand what's happening. So I think it's a good point to again assess your own growth stage and
Mm.
figure out, wait a minute, have I just used this guru now? Why am I using this guru? That's their thinking. What do I see? What do I notice? Because shouldn't I also validate my own voice? So I think that's also part of where am I? Am I being authentic to hearing
Mm-hmm.
myself and how I'm thinking
Yes,
through something?
yes,
Yeah.
thinking about thinking and thinking about what I'm saying. Well, that's helpful. In these episodes, we are just barely scratching the surface because we are looking at how do I check someone out? Because we're doing that all the time. All the time, we're checking each other out. Oh, what are you wearing today? Oh, I see you wearing fancy shoes. Look at the bling. You're checking each other out. And some of us are so sanctimonious. No, you mustn't be checking each other out. Where's your head? Well, I'm doing that because that's what's real. Liz, thank you for your time. We are going to pick up a next episode, um, and we'll talk through some more of these assessing of growth stages. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for allowing me the space, Dad, to just think through things and just have a conversation.
A
It's
good
been
faith
really
convo.
insightful.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely. Lydia, enjoy your day.
You too.
Goodbye for now. This is your corner on Fifth.